What up, HX? What up, Dream? What up, Zhao? What up? How y'all doing tonight, man? Interesting. Le Labo Centol 33 with Blue de Chanel works so well. What up? What up? What up? What up? Okay. I was like, is there a lag going on? It seems like everybody's internet's been so weird. What up, Donnie? Cough. Amir Al Maghribi. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It smells like Invictus Aqua or Invictus Platinum, one of them. Really nice. Really nice. I was trying to see layers. Different layers. I found a super fire layer that I think no one's been telling you guys about. No lag. Okay. Appreciate you. What up, Johan? So what did we do? We did what did I do that with? Oh, Baccarat. So man, do I have some crazy combos coming for you guys. There's no way Cough is Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. If it is, that does not smell like Fitch Fierce. Let me see my box. I know what Fitch Fierce smells like. Yeah, Cough Extrait de Parfum. It does not smell like Fierce to me at all. What up, Manuel? ¿Qué onda, wey, por favor? What is a better, more stronger scent that's similar to the original Curves for men? Just get Curve, bro. Curve's like $5. Why get a clone of Curve? Why ever get a clone of Curve? Here's another one. Here's another one I'm playing with. Scent of the day, Lalique White and Black. Oh, beautiful. Appreciate the recommendation. I gave my dad a bottle for his birthday. He said he loves it, so I got myself one also. Apparently, it's very similar to Leighton. It is Leighton. It's just fresher. Try to tell you, man. It's a good fragrance. Your dad would love it. So nice. So nice. People look at prices and they think price means a certain level of quality and stuff. You know, when you guys get a recommendation from me, you know, it's straight up and down. I never smelled Xerjoff Dawn. I don't even know what that is. Jeremy Fragrance is pushing Nitro Elixir so much. I don't like it. I think he's gassing it way too much. Australia Absolute Noir. Beautiful, Jay. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see y'all. Hey, run those likes up, man. So Instagram, or not Instagram, so YouTube gets all the trolls out of here. And so my mods don't have to work that hard today. The 3 dots right here, or the 3 dots right there, click those and then hit the thumbs up. Once they get over half of the volume that's in here, it'll remove all the nerds. Make them give their parents their phone back. It's a fruity or aquatic take on Parsifal Fierce. I definitely get the aquatic. I don't smell the fruits at all. I don't smell any fruits. Maybe I'm cooked, yo. Doom, 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 doom. Snipers are on deck, man. They're getting y'all out of here. Memoirs. That memoir was nice, different than others though. But I gotta say that the freestyle version you did is actually pretty good. I just turn the camera on, man, and tell people what I like. You know. I've smelled a rendition of it, Dream. I've never smelled the original. Have you tried Owas Tropical? Not yet. Not yet. You guys will notice, man, when it comes to 2025 and clones, I'm not really going that hard right now with clones, man. I've been exclusively niche and independent niche. So, SB is going to be a little bit behind. I'm aware of all of these new ones that are coming out. But, I'm not reviewing them at all yet. I've been getting these just on the super low, man. So I had to pick them up, but, I'm not really in the clone game right now. I wish I was, man, because I know a lot of you guys are in it, and that's what I like to service, but it's just not my place right now. Need to get your nose on Hawass Fire. I've already smelled it. I've smelled it. It's okay. I prefer Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition over Hawass Fire. Or not Hawass. Wait. Oh, Hawass. Wait. Oh, Hawass Fire. No, I've smelled Hawass Fire. Sorry. I thought you said Hawass Black for a second. I've smelled Hawass Fire. I mean, it's good. I'm not really that impressed with the Hawass line, man. Good, solid fragrances, but I don't think they're above average. I think they're just like good, solid fragrances. I kind of need something a little bit more right now where I'm at in my journey, but I'll eventually run through the whole Hawass line for you guys. I think I've reviewed Original and Ice. I still need to review Fire, Black, and Tropical for you guys. YSL Le Parfum 2021 is better to me than YSL YDP. Similar but more grown version. Okay. Polo green, polo red, polo black. Red. Red Parfum. If you're an older man, 35 plus, polo green Parfum. Black's just not even worth getting, in my opinion. Yo, SB, what's the scent of the day? Scent of the day today was Acqua di Gio Armani Eau de Parfum. Most of you guys will never wear this version. But it's the only one that smells different, man. Once you've smelled Profondo and Profumo, you pretty much have all of them. But Eau de Parfum's the only one that's actually has like a green tea flare on it. So I like that it's different. I've been wearing Acqua di Gio my whole life. So for me, smelling Profondo and Profumo is so, it's so ancient to me that I do love them, and I've worn them so much. I'm sick of Acqua di Gio. The only way to kind of keep me close to it right now is to wear the most different than all of them, which is Eau de Parfum. No, I haven't. Thoughts on Invictus EDT? I hate Invictus. Women probably do really love it because it's just clean and simple and fresh, slightly sweet. They love that type of stuff. I'm just not a fan. Polo Deep Blue EDP, I prefer the Parfum of any of them. Any of the polos, I prefer the Parfums. The only ones I would actually recommend, though, is Deep Blue, Blue, and Red. Green has more of an old money smell to it, so it's just not really my tea. You would think I would like an old man scent. I'm 36, but I don't. Doesn't it have the patchouli and vetiver notes? That would be Profumo. Nautica Voyage came out with a new banger. So far, great reviews on it. Yeah, I know. I saw it. I've seen it everywhere. Yeah, I mean, Bleu de Chanel, I'm just... I'm bored of designer right now. I really am, as far as new releases is concerned. Every new release has already come out before. I don't know why we get excited about paying 200-300 retail for recycled ideas. Is LeBeau EDT too cloying in the Texas of summer? Yeah, I think so. You know, in Texas, you're dealing with a lot of humidity. It's sticky heat. So nobody really wants, you know, a tropical, sticky, musty fragrance. You know, if they're really the Jean-Paul Gaultier's entire line is based off of having a draft, and Texas is not really having airy drafts. So it's gonna be hard to pull off Jean-Paul Gaultier in that kind of weather. You're better off going with something that's light and airy and fresh that cuts through. Thoughts on the new PDM future releases? I'm excited for them. I'm excited to see what they do. Cassius, not Cassius. Castley was terrible. Yeah, I said it. Best designer release to me has been Givenchy Society Ombre. Well, Givenchy doesn't miss, but no one's really talking about it. I wish Chanel made an elixir for Allure Homme Sport. Till then, I'm sticking with Alpine Homme. You saved me money. Yeah, they need to get it together. They really do. Is Ginger Dash better than Roses on Ice as a summer fragrance? Yeah, absolutely. My favorite release so far, Rare Reef by Off and On. It's a solid release. I mean, they did a great job with that. Are you asking me my favorite release for clones, designer, or niche? Scent of the Day, Latafa Al Neshama Caprice. Oh, that's a good one. Isn't that the La Nuit de l'Homme or the Blue Electrique? One of the two, Johnny? I'm pretty sure the Caprice is that blue joint with the silver bottom. Yeah. Thoughts on the new Bleu de Chanel? Little incense, a little sweeter. I mean, it's good. It's good, but why wouldn't it be? They made the same fragrance and added a couple of flares on it. My favorite niche so far is Castley. I didn't like Castley. I thought Castley was like nice. Yeah. Oh, well, that smells nice. Yeah, that's how I felt about it. I'm just really sick of nice. I'm sick of paying a lot of money for nice. It's like going to a car wash and they're just going to use water and soap and then they're going to charge you $150 for it and you come out of it and you're like, "Well, my car's clean. That's nice." But are you happy to spend 200-300 retail on Castley? I just want to know. Be honest, man. I'm not the Lord of Fragrance. Be honest. Thoughts on Narcotic Delight? Very good fragrance. Blue Electrique, it's a banger. Yeah, I knew it was one of the two. Yeah, Caprice is super slept on. I gotta get that. Jupe sucks. Thoughts on Dracar Noir? Joking, but not really. It sucks. Get Dracar Intense. That's really all you need. How close the Spectre goes to Ani? I would say like 85%. The 15% that it's lacking is the kind of sparkle and quality, but it's a really good rendition of Ani. It's probably the closest thing you're going to get to Ani as far as a clone. Otherwise, you just need to go with the fragrance close, but in a different DNA. But like to me, man, I'll save it for later. No designer fragrance has made me fall in love in a long time, but Gucci Guilty Elixir blew my socks off. I agree. I mean, honestly, guys, here's the thing, right? Like Dior Homme Parfum 2025, great release, but it's out already. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a watered down version of what was before, but they made it more poppy and watery and sparkly and so again, it's like the Bleu de Chanel exclusive. Like they just did the same thing and did a couple of super safe additions that they knew would work. So it's like, yeah, DHP 2025 was a good release, but it's just nice. Like I'm not gonna. I mean, just imagine they come out with Profondo, but they added some lime zest and some sage. And are you gonna pay 300 for that? Are you gonna pay 200 for that? Or are you just gonna go on Joma and buy Profondo again for like 80, 60, 80 bucks? I don't know, man. It just it's all relative to your money situation and where you are in your journey and all that, but I'm just sick of the games, man. I'm sick of the little bit of movement that's happening with the creativity. Like, no, everyone's so afraid to just stop playing the same four songs over and over. Everyone's so scared. I'm waiting to see who has some nuts. Givenchy Gentleman Privé thoughts. It's great, Edwin. You can't lose with it. Is ginger worth the hype or Nishane Wu Cha? Your spelling is crazy. I'm just gonna say Wulong Cha. Good evening. Oh, what up, Kicks? Good to see you, brother. Good evening, folks. First timer. I have Percival and Sedley, so did not need Castley. There you go. I mean, even if you needed Castley, though, is Castley warranting $200-300 purchase from you? I really want to know that, guys. Like, I don't know about you guys. I have fragrances from $1,000 down in my collection. When I spend some money, I want excitement. If I'm spending more than like $150, I really need to be floored. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be floored spending like under $150. I just want something different, maybe. Just something a little bit different, something fresh, something cool. You know, it's like wearing a new pair of shoes. Like, it doesn't need to be the pair of shoes you want to wear every day, but it's got to be some nice shoes. It's got to be a little bit different. But if I spend over $150, like, imagine spending over $150 at a restaurant. Like, you want the water to be good, the napkins to be good, the appetizers to be good, the main course to be good. I don't know, guys. I'm just not with spending north of $150 on just good or even great. Yeah, I agree with the hot take on Ferragamo. Ferragamo makes some bangers. Did you try Cayenne Classic? Yeah, of course, I have it. Love the tropical notes on that fragrance, Kicks. Everybody shouts out Kicks. Hey, make sure y'all follow Kicks Griffey, man. That's my right-hand man, dude. It's my partner in crime, man. He needs to get his followers up, guys. You guys need to help him out. He's one of the most legit content creators in this space. There's no reason his follower count is where it's at. So if you guys trust SB and you appreciate what I do for the community, if there's one person I can ask you guys to follow and help me out with, follow Kicks Griffey, man. It's just a matter of time before his channel blows up and he does special things. But the first 1,000 subs is always the hardest to get because you're not getting any love from the algorithm. Somebody go screenshot Kicks Griffey's name and follow him after stream. I don't even care if you're new here and you don't follow me. Do you think Ferragamo Bright Leather is outclassed by any frag in its category and price range? Yeah, in some regards, because it's the most wearable. You know, even Ferragamo Red Leather, Spicy Leather, I mean, they're all amazing. You could argue that one of those is better than Bright Leather, but Bright Leather is the most mass appealing out of the leather line. Yeah, I mean, I might pay $150 for Castley, maybe, but I might have a lot of fragrances like Castley, to be honest with you. It's not innovative. What's up, SB? Scent of the day, Platine Blanc. Oh, I see you out there, Ricky. You white bottle savage. Good to see you, brother. What's up, Alan? Myself, I don't like sweet fragrances. I prefer fresh ones like Sedley. It's in my signature scents. Castley, well, very peppery. I love it. It gives me so many compliments. Castley can give you compliments because it's fresh and it's masculine and it's balanced nice. But again, it's nice. I can spend $20 and get compliments. I can spend $30 and get compliments. I can spend $40 and get a lot of compliments. You know, thankfully in 2025, there's a lot of fragrances under $30 that can get massive amounts of compliments. So when it comes to a fragrance like Castley, I need it to do more than just give me compliments. I need to actually love it. Way too many people own stuff they like. That's right. You play any consoles? No, not anymore. As a kid, I played a ton of every console you can think of. I do have a couple of vintage systems and stuff for my son. I'm mostly on the computer these days. Is Gentleman Reserve Privé close to Tres Oros? No. Same mood, same vibe, same occasion, two completely different DNAs. Absolutely, Kicks. Well, thanks, 88. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I don't think people are getting paid off in fragrance. I just think people realize making content on YouTube is hard work, so they kind of just get in the system of doing quantity over quality. I've found a way to give high quality content in a massive quantity. You know, so I post 2 to 4 videos a day, more than just about any YouTuber you know, but it's quality. You never get the sense that I'm rushing stuff to you. You know, I'm bringing you entertainment, long reviews, short reviews, tips and tricks, interviewing perfumers, going places, flying out of town. You know, I give it my all. So even though I have a lot of quantity, you get the sense that I am actually trying to be good at what I do. Brother, I love the wood sage and sea salt. What can't I get that won't break the bank? Give me like 3 fragrances you really love, and I'll give you a recommendation. What's up, Scent Bubble? Is Kajal 3 a good freshie that everyone would like? I wouldn't really call it a freshie. Kajal 3 is basically a richer Tygar. You know, so if you like Suspiro Vibrato, Kajal, Tygar, that type of stuff, the juicy, grapefruity, citrusy stuff, it's just a little bit more richer take on Tygar, and it's only like Kajal 3, I think you can get it for like $120 right now. So it's better than Tygar to me. Has crazy longevity. So if you want that juicy, radiant, kind of ambery, grapefruity splash, you know, fragrance, you can get Tygar for way cheaper, you know, in Kajal 3. I really like it. I really enjoy Kajal 3, but some people prefer like Suspiro Vibrato, stuff like that. I don't know if it's a hot take, but Jean Paul Gaultier Elixir Absolute is so good, even better than the original. Probably. Thanks, Mulu. Thoughts on Off Non Supremacy in Heaven? It's nice. I really like it. SB, listen, that Glorious Oud's crazy work. Hey, I like it, man. I really like it. I just tell you guys what I really like. So Virgin Island water is just nice. No, Virgin Island water is really, really good, but you pay $300 for the worst performance you've ever seen in your life. Virgin Island water is the worst performing fragrance almost of all time, but easily in the line. It is the worst performing fragrance out of Creed's line. That's what sucks. It smells incredible, but you'd be lucky to get 2 hours off that thing. I like Dolce & Gabbana, the 1 EDP, even though it might be a little outdated, but I need better performance. Is there any fragrance that will get me there? I think probably upgrading to something like a Zaro, maybe like a The Most Wanted or Wanted by Night Parfums will kind of get you in that mood. How close is Lattafa Sacrat? To me, 95%. A lot of these FragCom YouTubers post dumb shorts about fragrances. Most of their content is lazy and recycled. That's what I think it is. I think it's lazy. In an attempt to have quantity, they're lazy. But then you have fragrance guys like, who's the black dude with the freaking Steve Harvey high top? Justin. Justin makes quality, but quantity sucks. So it's like people pursuing quality lack the quantity. But even within Justin's space, I feel like he's been doing the same content for years, you know? So it's still quality, but these guys just don't have creativity in the space. And you notice it when you can get away with making quality content in like one space for maybe a year or 2 or 3. But the reason you guys follow, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to be disrespectful to people's brands that they've worked hard on. Hard is really relative, but I give them merit that if they've been around for more than a couple of years, they've worked hard to some degree. So I'm not going to name names, but your guys' top 10 reviewers that you follow, you only follow them because they're the only ones that exist at that level. You know, it's like going to an NBA court and only seeing 10 players on the court. There's no other players you can see. You're going to watch that game. So, you know, you guys can make the case, oh, I follow this guy because he does in-depth. I follow this guy because he's comedic. I follow this guy because he's more of a bro. But the reality is we follow these guys because there's no one else to follow at that level, point blank period. If guys like me and other newcomers were finally cracking into the space, the audiences would shift because these guys only do reviews. That is it. You know, when you go to a channel like mine, and again, I'm not tooting my own horn. If somebody else did this, I would shout them out as well. But not a lot of people operate in the capacity that I operate. And what I mean by that is I do game shows. I interview women. I interview men. I have a podcast. I have ebooks. I do the biggest giveaways. I do long form reviews. I do memoirs. I do short form. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, just on my channel, I have like 10 completely different, unique signature ways of creating content. And the average guy that you see online is simply reviewing. So I truly believe the only reason we follow them is because they're the only people we see. But that's going away soon. There is a lot of up and coming reviewers that are kind of low key going viral and stuff. And as long as they can generate the quantity and the quality at the same level that I am, they'll overthrow a lot of your favorite YouTubers. I'll keep it real with you. Like, a lot of these guys are only alive because of their past work, not their current work. And I hate to say it, guys. I love them all. I wish them all the best. That's why I'm not saying names. I want to be respectful. And I hope that guys like me and some of the other guys coming into the space and kind of shaking it up a little bit, not making this just a review space, I hope that'll put a fire under these guys' butts to actually do more than simply review fragrances. When you first get started in your journey, these guys with all these reviews are very helpful. But once you get going, you get sick of just listening to reviews. You need more. One guy who's very creative is the Fragrance Apprentice. So if you want to see somebody in fragrance where you can learn about fragrances in a completely different way, not in a review style, more like movies and epicness and all that, check out Fragrance Apprentice. But we need guys like that who are trying to present the same content and education in different creative ways. Now, I think he leans on that way a little too hard to the point where he can't generate enough quantity. But he's, you know, in the last couple of years before he's retired this year, he got, you know, like 30, 40,000 followers. It sucks that he's quitting now, but you know, you never know where people are at in their life. It sucks. I'll actually be talking to him in like a week, and I'm going to ask him a couple questions, man. Have you tried fragrance oils? Absolutely. I just got some fragrance oils. Actually, I didn't get some fragrance oils. I won them. I won one called Burley Tobacco. It came all messy. It's kind of a tobacco vanille oil. Then I got this Baccarat 540 oil. And I found a sick, you know what, guys? I'm going to leak one of my combos from my ebook to you that I just entered into my ebook. You guys will never guess this, right? 1-to-1. Terre de Hermes, I don't care which version you have, Terre de Hermes and Baccarat Rouge. Thank me later. Put Baccarat Rouge on the bottom, Terre de Hermes on the top. What's great about my ebook that explains the layers and stuff is I basically tell you guys the thought process on how I pair notes and fragrances similar to them that aren't comboed, that you can get the idea of where you're going with making certain variations. With my combos, I don't want to teach you how to make niche fragrances with clones. I want to show you guys how to layer fragrances to make new ideas. And to know enough about your fragrances to know how to manipulate them through various things, whether it's fragrance combos, oil fragrance combos, lotion fragrance combos, hygiene, all that stuff. Product Paradigm was a disappointment for me. I agree. Kajal 3 is fire. I agree. SB, what's your take on La Ligue Black and White? It's better than Leighton. My top 3 of all time: Ego Ace Platinum, Sedley, Mancera French Riviera. Oh, that's cool. I mean, listen, I'm not going to give you my top 3 because I don't have one. I prefer Ego East over Platinum, but Platinum Ego East is good. Sedley, I think, is one of the most versatile in PDM. French Riviera is solid. Latava Sacrat smells good, a banger for 18 bucks. I absolutely agree. I actually just picked up my backup bottle of Sacrat, and that's because I gave my last bottle away to someone I met in California. But I was really sad when I did, and it took me all the way till a month ago to get it back on the shelf. Super thrilled about that. Name a scent and scent experience you had and were amazed. The one I had when I came home today, I got the Baccarat roll-on, right? And what happened is I tried my Terre de Hermes clone on my right arm, and I was comparing it to Rasasi Phaton, which to me is currently the best Terre de Hermes clone. So I had Phaton, and I had Terre de Hermes, the Terre de Hermes clone, which mimicked the parfum of Terre de Hermes on this arm, and I'm smelling them side by side, and I'm like, well, they're both good, but Phaton's brighter and juicier. It mimics the EDT, but this one mimics, this one right here mimics the parfum, right? So I'm having that battle, and then I'm like, okay, forget about it. So then I go over to this arm, and I'm like, okay, everybody has a Baccarat roll-on, right? It's like a 4-note fragrance to make. So I'm just putting it on, and I'm smelling it in the air with the Terre de Hermes, and I'm thinking to myself, and again, I'm giving you guys information that'll be on my ebook. You'll be able to scan QR codes and see videos that correspond with each page of my ebook, which is another innovative idea that people aren't doing in FragCom. Actually having an interactive private video vault that goes along with the ebooks. So anyway, I'm smelling this, right? But I'm catching wafts of Terre de Hermes while the Baccarat's on, right? This candy sweet ambroxan loaded saffron broxan. And I'm remembering how a lot of times with vetiver, people will throw vanillin under it. They'll go sweet with it to kind of try and round it out. A similar fragrance to this would be kind of like what a Totlib d'Orange does, or Amarud's Lunar vetiver. Sometimes people go heavy on the bitter, earthy, woody, grassy vetiver, like a Terre de Hermes or Tom Ford or Roja vetiver. It's more Guerlain's vetiver. It'll go really kind of purest, soapy, grassy, clean cut, sharp vetiver, right? But then on the other side, when people want to make vetiver like super wearable, a lot of times they'll douse it in ambroxan under it, because it's like vanillin and ambroxan kind of do this soft, pillowy round out to it, similar to how Gucci Guilty Elixir and Eros have this kind of soft, pillowy wrap around the musk. So I'm catching wafts of these two, and I'm wondering why they're going together, because I would never normally put those two together, and I'm catching wafts in the air. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm onto something here. So I dabbed up on one wrist the Baccarat 540, and then on the other wrist, I sprayed the Hermes. I don't want to mix them because I don't want to mess up the molecule structure of the perfume. Shout outs to Michael Paul for telling me you should never spray fragrance on top of fragrance, which I wasn't really aware of. So that update will get inserted into the ebook as well. You never should be spraying fragrances on top of each other. So I just put one on each, right? And I just started going like this. Like an idiot. And I'm catching wafts of Terre de Hermes and Baccarat. And when I tell you, if anyone's intimidated by vetiver, put Baccarat next to it, because it just puts this pillowy, soft, sweet round off to it. And yet you have an earthy backbone, so it doesn't just feel like this feminine saffron, candied instant crush Mancera vibe. It's crazy good, guys. That's why I'm not against inspiration houses that amp up performance. I'm not against anyone who amps up anything. I'm just against people. I'm not actually against anything. I'm against the notion of, scratch that, because it's not even I'm against anything. For me, when I start creeping above the $150 price point, I better be absolutely amazed. If I'm not, then I don't buy it. So I don't buy a lot of new releases because they're not amazing. They're just tweaks. And I'm not going to pay again for a tweak. I tried Armani Code Absolute, but I felt it wasn't that close to 1. I might try more, though. Oh, man, that's my favorite one. Yo, 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 AJS, what up? Mindset, what up? For me, the opening in Virgin Island water drops off quickly, but the coconut lasts about 6 hours. Well, you must be nuking yourself with that fragrance. Like, when I pay for that fragrance and I look at the performance, I think it's a clone. Like, when I spray Virgin Island water, like 10, 12 sprays, after like 2 hours, I feel like somebody sold me a dupe. What's your opinion on Aether Straight? Aether is great, but your first like 6 months of that fragrance, it's going to have super weak performance. It'll macerate. It'll get better. It's a great smell. There's a German reviewer, Max Oud. He's fantastic. I will take a... wow. Thank God they let me resume. That's crazy work. I went to go screenshot, and instead I hit the bottom volume button with power, and it just powered my phone off. Safer blind buy, Ani or Absolute Aphrodisiac? Probably Ani. Probably Ani. Absolute Aphrodisiac is great, though. It's just Ani, I think more people like it. Is Speed Legends worth it? You need to put your nose on it before you buy it. Speaking of tobacco, did I just see Zaharoff has a signature tobacco as a soap bar? I would believe it. When I hear Jeremy fragrance, I hear the same boring ongoing instead of terrific. Yeah, I agree. Is Creed Aventus too strong a scent to wear as a daily? It feels a little more special than a daily wear, but if you're always in the workplace, then yeah, you could wear it all the time, but you know, try to be sparing with it. Appreciate you, Manuel, on the kind words. Hey, SB, thoughts on Castley? Castley's good. Ask me the alternatives question in a little bit, and then I'll get back to it, Alberto. Ask me that question again in a little bit. I'm just trying to catch up here on chat. Okay. I think I'm caught up. Let me get down. Best Middle Eastern summer perfume that works in high heat in Indian weather and love from India. Yeah, so the one I just got, Cough. Cough is an extrait. So Ahmed Al-Maghribi, Cough, Kaaf. It's like Invictus, but longer performance. This has really high compliment factor. A lot of people will tell you this racks in compliments. I'm not the biggest Invictus fan, so for me, I'm going to combo it out more. Atomizer's insane. Performance is really nice. You can heavy spray on this, and it won't be too crazy. You know, you can go 10 plus. It'll carry you through the day, absolutely. Try to stay indoors as much as possible, but it'll carry you throughout the day. And I was on the Whatnot app or WhatsApp, and I got that for fragrance for like $10. But I think online you can get it for like $20. Is YSL Kuros unwearable in today's world? Yes. No. Kuros, I just reviewed it. My review on it's coming out in about a week or two. Kuros, it was one of those scents that when I sprayed it on my skin, first in the opening, and I smelled a vintage Kuros, so that means it's even worse now. The opening smells very like an old Macy's in like the 1980s. It has this retail store smell that feels like like before the 2000s. When it finally sits down and dries down, you get the beauty and the complexity and the blend, but it never loses that retail store smell. And the retail store smell doesn't smell like a current retail store. Like it literally smells like an old Dillard's or something. So no, I don't think Kuros is wearable today. I know a couple of young guys who like are really into fragrance that Kuros is like their signature scent. Between you and me, guys, I know they don't get women. I just know they don't. What should I buy next, Percival or Mephisto or Torino 21? Buy Mephisto. Gentili Uomo Mephisto is like 130 online right now. The CDE, is Club Dinui Untold smell cheap? No, not at all, Dream. Not at all. You should get it if you want it. Yeah, guys, I appreciate it if you run the likes up. 3 dots right here or the 3 dots right here, whichever one. Hit the 3 dots and then hit the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It'll help you guys, helps filter out the trolls. Favorite from Matiere Premier? Obviously this one, Ensan Suave. Absolutely love it. One thing you guys need to know about Matiere Premier, if you're ever considering them as a house, is they are single note fragrances. So they take 1 star note and they build around it. You know, it might be vanilla. It might be like this one, I believe, is my fingers are so slippery. It might be like vanilla. Yeah, they have a vanilla one. This one is based, I believe, off of incense. That's what incense suave means, like suave incense. They take a note of incense and build an entire kind of ambery feel around that. They have, I'm not really super familiar with Matiere Premier, but I know everything that they do is mono note. So just make sure when you're shopping for them, the note that the title implies is one that you want, because it's just going to be all about that note and they're going to dress it up a little bit, but you're not going to really get a blend of a ton of different stuff. So like this one is like nice incense, nice amber. It's real suave. Hey man, I'm stuck between buying 2 fragrances. I really love rose and sweet fragrances, and I'm stuck between Lattafa Amethyst and Lattafa Honor and Glory. Are they safe blind buys? No. Amethyst is very heavy, very rich, very jammy. A lot of people's argument with it is that it smells like an old lady. So be careful with that. Half the people, actually, I think like 60, 70% of people don't like that they bought it because they say it smells like a really old lady. There are a small niche of people that really, really, really love it. I'm actually giving that fragrance away in my next giveaway because I know I want somebody else to enjoy it. I don't have time to wear it. I do have some friends that really love Amethyst, but I don't think it's blind buy worthy. I think you should find somebody that owns it and have them send you a decant. And then Honor and Glory is very wearable, but it's also very sweet. I would recommend, instead of Honor and Glory, which is kind of a creme brulee sweet white floral bomb, go with another fragrance that looks like Honor and Glory, and that's Glorious Oud Royal Blanc from French Avenue. This is not the same fragrance, but it's a similar vibe without the dessertiness. It's a white floral musk bomb, and it's slightly sweet, maybe 4 or 5 out of 10. So it's got that powdery white floral soft sweetness, loads of musk. I think it's perfectly unisex. It's, to me, a 10 out of 10 clone of Musk Therapy from Initio Parfums. And it is miles better than Honor and Glory, which is basically like this kind of desserty, I don't want to say pineapple upside down cake, but it's just this, it's a creme brulee, sweet candy, white floral type of thing. I don't like it. Kix, I don't know how you had I didn't know you had a channel, man. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, guys, please follow Kix. Yo, SB, I hope you're good, bro. Love from the UK. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you with the kind words, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Does cough a body odor or stink laundry smell? No. If you stink, cough will stink. But at that point, it's not cough's fault. Any fragrance that you try to put on your stinky butt will smell stinky. And that's straight from SB. You got to take your loofah and get in between those butt cheeks. You just have to. No one's going to go in your butt crack and wash it for you. You got to you got to just do your job, man. Nitro Intense and Nitro Platinum is the same? Okay. I always see you in the chats, but I don't know you had your own Kicks. Yeah. Is that a 50 or 100 mil? Of which fragrance, Senior? Yo, Scent Bubble, do you ever design your fit of the day based on what fragrance you want to wear? No. My fragrance is always the last to go on. Thoughts on Lattafa Camera line? Kawa is the only one I think you need. But everybody I run into has a different favorite. Some like original, some like the latest one, some like Kawa. Crystal Saffron is insane. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is. Um, does Tom Ford Noir Extreme hold up as a gourmand or has Stronger With You absolutely replaced it? Don't compare those two fragrances. Stronger With You is a gourmand. I don't consider Tom Ford Noir Extreme a gourmand. It's a sexy, black tux, seductive scent. You can use them both for date night, but if you're looking for a gourmand entry level, Stronger With You is the way to go. Don't look at Noir Extreme as a gourmand. It's basically just vanilla and spice. That's not really gourmandish to me. How is Paradise Garden? Does anyone have it? Paradise Garden is great. Was asking about the size of your Matiere Premier. It's 100 mil. It might be 50. I don't know. I actually can't tell. No, I'm asking. Looked up a review on Reddit and two people said it has a BO smell. The people that made that review dream stink. You just got to trust me on this. You know, Cough is one of those fragrances where it's not heavy, right? It's Invictus, right? So, like, it's just like a Nautica Voyage or something. Like those lighter citric aquatics, if you stink, they stink, right? Because anytime you have a basic kind of like bergamot citrus aquatic style fragrance, BO really kind of BO starts to amber it up, and then that amber just turns to musty funk. You know, it's almost like putting on a fragrance and then doing 100 push-ups. It's probably not going to smell good after you do that, right? Because you're going to start to introduce moisture, oil, and you're breaking up the composition. That happens with any fragrance, but with bergamot metallic aquatics, funk is more easily recognized quicker. So this same thing is happening when you have on Noir Extreme or Dolce & Gabbana The One, but all that vanilla is masking your funk, so you can't perceive it. Metallics and citruses and aquatics always are very revealing of how good your hygiene is. If your hygiene sucks, those type of fragrances will reveal that fact very quickly. It's not the fragrance, trust me. I'm just speaking facts. In your opinion, which feels richer in the dry down, Initio Side Effect or Angel Share? Side Effect, but not by much. It's just Side Effect is a richer, jammy scent. Angel Share is more like an apple juice consistency. So it wears lighter and prettier, but it's still a heavy scent. Is it worth buying Club de Nuit Intense Man in 2025? If you have less than 5 or 10 fragrances, absolutely. But I wouldn't say Intense Man. I would say get Pre-Show. Is Tom Ford Grey Vetiver wearable by younger boys? Grey Vetiver? What's younger boys? Give me the age. I was going to buy Oud for Glory, but some people say it smells like rubber. Oud for Glory smells like rubber or burnt plastic. Is that true? I'm going to say no off the top of my head, but I will smell it to see if there's any merit to that claim. You know, let me see if I can see what they're saying. I've never needed more than 2 sprays of this. Yeah, I could see people perceiving that as burnt rubber. You know, woodiness, woodiness, oud, and that type of profile will always smell rubbery to some people. Like if you smelled the actual oud for greatness, which I have, there's nothing in the there's nothing in the there's nothing in Oud for glory that's not in Oud for Greatness. So if you think Oud for Glory smells like a rubbery tire, you're gonna think Oud for Greatness smells like a rubbery tire. So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, trust me, Dream. Cough gets a lot of compliments. You do need to have good hygiene. Don't be sweating. If you're plan on being, it's a hot day or something, you plan on sweating a lot, maybe Cough's not the right fragrance for you, or maybe you just spray it on clothes instead of skin so it doesn't funk up. 5 Middle Eastern long-lasting perfumes that going all day. That's a little too much, man. I'll give you one. So Middle Eastern long-lasting perfume that goes all day. In what season fragrance? Hey SB, thoughts on Castley and any alternatives you'd recommend? Castley is a solid fragrance, but I wouldn't pay retail for it. I wouldn't pay more than $150 for Castley, but it's a very nice scent. What I think makes it distinctly different than the other PDMs by just a little bit is it takes a Sedley fresh approach, but it's more peppery. So that pepperiness kind of adds a character to it that I don't feel you get from the rest of the line. So think of it as Sedley's cousin. It's a fresh, versatile wear, dumb reach, but it's a little more peppery. It's a good fragrance, but I don't think it's worth retail. I wouldn't pay more than 150 bucks for it. Alternatives in the same vein, I think a great choice would be something like La Ligue White for 20, 25 bucks. Now, granted, Castley has really solid performance. La Ligue White doesn't. It's only going to last you about 3-4 hours. But for $25, douse yourself 10 with 10 sprays. Middle of the day comes around, douse yourself with another 10 sprays. It smells just as good, if not better than Castley. It has a little more personality, just as versatile though, and most importantly, it's super affordable and it smells niche. If you want a more peppery experience similar to Castley, no, you can't really go La Ligue Pour Homme because it's a little, it doesn't maintain the freshness. Honestly, I would really need to think about this question to give you like a super quality answer. But when I look at what Castley is supposed to be, Castley is supposed to be a fragrance that almost has like a Profondo level of performance. You know, Profondo lasts all day. It's super versatile. You can dress it up for the workplace. You can dress it down for casual, and it smells very, very, very pleasant and nice. You know, it's a Profondo style fragrance to me in theory with pepper. So I would wear Profondo over Castley. You know, shoot me for that. Or I would wear one of the clones, you know, like Aether. You know, get Greenlee. Go Aether or go Blue Talisman. You can get, you know, Art of the Universe. You can get Taj 2. I think there's a new one. Isn't there a new Blue Talisman clone out right now? You guys can put it in the comments section below. There's another Blue Talisman joint that just dropped as well. I think all of those are under 40 bucks and they're going to make you feel just like what Castley is doing. Do you think Bentley makes the most consistent bangers? La Ligue's up there. Bentley's up there. Ferragamo's up there. And that's if we're talking like low-level designers. Tarothi Electric. So Tarothi Electric is just as good too. It's not peppery, but maybe if you want peppery, you can go like a Platinum Egoist or something from Chanel. You could find that. But Chanel, you're not really going to find a good deal. But Lattafa Legacy is a Platinum Egoist clone that has monstrous performance. So it'll give you a similar feel as Castley. It might not be as light and airy and fresh, but it'll smell just like it. No, Dream, what I'm saying about the fragrance is just, if people have a BO problem with the fragrance, let's say you're just like them, right? And maybe you get the same experience. I'm just telling you something new to do if you decide to get it. So if you want to rule out the whole body odor thing and don't want to have to deal with it at all, then just spray the fragrance on your clothes, because if there is a body odor issue, it'll show up when you apply it to skin. But if you put it all over your clothes, you're not going to smell that. What do you think about Oud Maracuja? It's a great fragrance. It's just not my tea. What's the best vetiver fragrance in your opinion? I can't say that out loud. I just did my memoir on Mancera's Vetiver Sensual. It's a very good one. That's easily top 3. I'm guessing you're on the West Coast. Well, yeah, I am on the West Coast. But the only reason I go live late at night is because if I went live during the day, you guys wouldn't show up. You know, when I go live at night, I don't have to rely on Americans to tune in because I've got my overseas people, Italy, UK, India, UAE, you know, a lot of foreigners tune into my lives and they support me more than you guys do at night than if I was to go live during the day. I get anywhere between 30 to 150 people tapped into my live all night, every single time I sign on, 20 to 30 subs every night that I go live. If I go live during a day, I guarantee you I'd have less than 5 subs and I'd probably have less than 15 viewers consistently. The foreign market really appreciates American fragrance guys because no one's really going live that much. And so that's the community I look to build with. It's kind of like, hey, Americans, if you're up late at night, tune in. But really, I'm tapping in because the foreign community is a lot more receptive and supportive to my live. But there are exceptions. Like some of you guys really have been sticking with me throughout, and I really appreciate that. Cartier makes quite a good one. It has a vetiver in the name. Cartier makes some really good gentlemanly scents that kind of fit in a similar vein as a Castley. I just find that with Cartier, they smell older. You know, the declarations and all that. Can you sell me on Lalique Ombre Noir? I'm about to be 38 and collecting date night fragrances. Absolutely. You're in Manhattan, and there's about a 60-floor high-rise of condos. And you are going there to meet a lady who's asked you to meet her on the roof. And you walk in through the spinning doors, the revolving doors in Manhattan, and you're not checking into the hotel. You just need to take the elevator to get to the top because there's an open bar on the rooftop, right? And as you're walking in, you look to your right and you see a woman in an all-white mink fur coat, all white, and she is sipping cognac at the bar by herself. And she looks good. And there's this, and it looks like this, and she's just sipping it, looking like she got stood up on a date or something like that, right? Then you look to your left and you see a crackling fire going. And there's just 2 guys talking to themselves, puffing on cigars in front of an open flame. They're just chilling, shooting the breeze. These guys are gentlemen. They're in suits. They're just sitting down after a long day. Maybe they're lawyers or something, just enjoying a cigar right in front of the fireplace. And then you see that. And then you walk up and ask the hostess, hey, where's the bar? What floor is it on? And she says, oh, it's at the top, floor 60. And you say, thank you. And you go to walk over to the elevator. And right as you're about to get on the elevator, some group of partying people who are just at the bar above, they're getting out and they weren't even looking at you. And they spill cognac all over your clothes. And so all you just smell is the ambery, dark liquor just in the air, the warmness. You think about the fire crackling. You think about you smell the tobacco in the air from the lounge, from the cigars. You think about the elegance in the liquor from the chick, the amber. That's what this fragrance smells like. Top notes, mint, lavender, bergamot. Middle notes like papyrus, cinnamon, tobacco. Base notes, cognac, super dripped in cognac. It has a little bit of myrrh resin, some cinnamon, and some papyrus. I think I already said papyrus. Oh, and mint. It's got a mint note. So it's like it's a role reversal, because if you think of something like a tobacco vanille, which leans forward in a lot of vanilla and a lot of this fake ashy tobacco that's just very ashy and sharp. That fragrance is very light, apple juicy weight and sharp. This one is like the smoothest pipe tobacco ever. The vanilla is dialed way down. So the vanilla is only like 3 out of 10. It's mostly a masculine fragrance, but it has just enough sweetness to feel like a tobacco vanille, but it's smooth, rounded pipe tobacco, not ashy tobacco. And all of that is soaked in this cognac and cinnamon. And the cinnamon is really light too, so it's not a cinnamon fragrance like a Teriyaki Intense. And then brushed over the top, just picture somebody took the widest paintbrush and brushed over the top. Lavender, mint, papyrus, bergamot. So it's like got this green, fresh brush over a tobacco vanille style DNA that's role reversed, where the tobacco and cognac is the lead, not the vanilla. Vanilla is super tucked back. So it's smooth, it's classy, it's elegant, it's date night, it's lounge, it's hookah bar, it's concert, it's anything at night. And it's $40. And the fact is that I can tell you to go look it up and buy it right now. But the fact of the matter is, every time it comes out, it's sold out. So you turn your notifications on Joma Shop or FragranceNet or FragranceBuy.ca, and you pray to God you get the email when they restock. And when they restock, you have about 72 hours before it's sold out again. So there you go. Ombre Noir from Lalique. One of the most slept on designer fragrances. Okay. Let's catch back up, guys. Thoughts on Rayhan Crimson, solid fragrance. Maison Assar Legacy is a Blue Talisman clone. Yeah, but the Asrar is not, the closest clone is Taj 2, and then Blue Electrique and Art of the Universe from Lattafa are tied to me. And I say that as somebody who has Talisman. So I have Talisman, I have Taj 2, I have Art of Universe, and I've smelled Blue Electrique in a sample. And I just think Art of Universe and Blue Electrique are kind of attacking that Bleu de Chanel EDP level of performance. They're kind of trying to make Blue Talisman with all the performance and rip juiciness. Even though Blue Talisman is a very soft fragrance on the nose, it has more of a lingering sillage and performance, not this projective Bleu de Chanel EDP loudness. It's not like that, which is why Art of the Universe and Blue Electrique aren't, is it Blue Electrique? Yeah, Tarathi Electric or whatever. That's why those fragrances aren't really accurate Blue Talisman clones, but they put you in the wheelhouse of it and give you all the performance. Taj 2 is lighter, so it feels more like real Blue Talisman, but you have to let it macerate 6 months to a year to get the same level of performance. And then meanwhile, you might as well just kind of go get Blue Talisman. But Blue Talisman this year just dropped their Extrait, which adds the 2-3 extra hours of performance. So when it's all said and done, you might be able to go on Olfactory, FCC or whatever and snatch up Blue Talisman for like $150. So when you look at it like that, this is an everyday signature blue, probably easily in the top 3 to top 5 best blues of all time. You might want to just fork the dough over and get the real thing at the end of the day. Now, will you have an awesome time with Electric and Art of the Universe and Taj 2 from Fragrance World? Absolutely, you don't need Blue Talisman. But if you're looking at your collection and you have more than 20 fragrances, I think there are just some staple DNAs where it's like, if you have this blue fragrance or Mephisto or Gentili Uomo Mephisto, you will not think about any blue, not Dylan blue, not Legend blue, not freaking Versace, not light blue, not polo blue, not deep blue, not Bleu de Chanel. You won't think about any of that because between this and Mephisto, you smash every blue. So in that regard, it might be a good idea for it to be one of your first niche purchases, is a fragrance you are literally going to wear every single day and never get old. But if you have to, I definitely think if you want the realer clone, you go at Taj 2, and if you want the more sharp, piercy performance, you go with Electric or Art of Universe. Lattafa the Kingdom, what's your thoughts on accuracy and quality? Great accuracy, high quality. Yo, SB, did you smell Followed by Kerosene yet? If so, what are your thoughts? I have not. I've only smelled like 2 or 3 fragrances from Kerosene. It's hiding over there in that box. I'm almost to it. I've been really running through and trying to catch up on my reviews. Like, guys, I've been working so hard on reviews. I have 50 videos loaded in the queue on YouTube right now. I could quit doing reviews for like 3 months and you guys wouldn't even know. The Mint, your thoughts on Jeremy fragrance? You know, I haven't put my nose to that yet. I trust Jeremy though. Me and Jeremy are the same age and we're only off in age by like 2 months, or I think a month. So me and Jeremy share similar taste, but we're from different parts of the world, if that makes sense. So his life path in the fragrances he's encountered in the designer market and his fame and all that, I think have just put him on a different path than me. So I speak about fragrance and prefer, I think I don't know Jeremy, so that's the thing. I know we're the same age. I know our birthdays are really close. I followed Jeremy back in the day and I really resonated with a lot of his viewpoints on fragrances. But in the last several years, it's like two ships that separated in the night, you know? So I don't know how Mint is, but if he's anything like how he used to be, it's probably a pretty solid pick, but it's not worth the money. For tobacco lovers, is Harrod still better than Tobacco Vanille? Absolutely. Nitro Platinum or 9 p.m. Rebel are the same? I'm not sure. Are you talking about Lalique Ombre Noir? Yes. Best fresh performance. Best fresh performance. What are you recommending? I mean, it depends. How much money do you got? Good night, Jub. Appreciate you. By the way, guys, if you guys could give me a follow, that would be wonderful. It takes a lot of work. I'm at 67 minutes. I've been standing here just so you guys can kind of see. Well, can I point the camera down? I'm sitting here barefoot, standing in a corner, right? Barefoot standing in a corner right there with this light on me, just talking about fragrances for 68 minutes. Typically, I'm on for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So if this brought you guys any value at all and you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's very helpful. Is MFK Gentle Fluidity any good? Absolutely. It's an incredible fragrance. Latafa Camera and Fragrance World Royal Blend Nero. Which one gives more compliments? Royal Blend Nero, easily. I heard Game of Spades Full House is a banger. Is that so? Yes. Which is the best version of Club de Nuit Intense Man? Club de Nuit Per Show 1. Can't handle the lavender and Mephisto. Love Silver Mountain Water 2. If you don't like the lavender, just switch to Gentili Uomo version. Bro, you have a set of this brand. I send you Michael Kors. Please do. Between MFK Grand Soir and Naxos, which is a richer evening scent? The richer scent is Grand Soir, but Naxos is very, very close. It is very rich. It is very seductive. It is very perfect for the evening. But Grand Soir has this buttered vanilla, creamy amberiness that Naxos, because it has the tobacco in it, could never touch the radiance of Grand Soir, but they're both amazing fragrances. But if you're talking about richer scent profile, Grand Soir without question. I haven't heard too many people talking about Kajal Colada. Have you tried it? I have not. I've tried Kajal 1, 2, and 3. I've tried Lamar. I've tried Aiken. And I think there's one other one I've tried. I forget. Have you tapped in with that Night de Paris? I haven't yet, Dream. Rocking off non-Tarathi Blue, banger for 30-ish bucks. You want to know something crazy? I got Tarathi Blue for $11 on the TikTok shop. 100 mil. Not sure it's the best, but very good. Fresh Performers MFK Aqua Media Cologne Forte. Hey, man. I would agree with you. Hi, Scent. What up, Blaze? Are these good pickups? Cod Lodge Island and Assad Bourbon. I'm not a fan of bourbon, but some people really like it. So you might like it as well. Cod Lodge Island, I think, is absolutely fire. Where does Oud Lemon Mint fall in your top 5 Mancera fragrances? It's back 10. I mean, Lemon Oud Mint is probably ranked somewhere between 10 to 15. Ow. That's not a bad thing, though. Mancera has a lot of killers. You know, fragrance is better than lemon oud mint, amberful, Sicily, French Riviera, Instant Crush, Cedrat Boisé Intense, Pearl, Jardin Exclusive, Vetiver Sensuel, Aqua Wind. You know, so I mean, maybe it might be 11, 12, I don't know. It's still a great fragrance, though. It's just not going to blow your socks off. Which vanilla DNA is more seductive? Guerlain Spirituiste Double Vanille or MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold? Neither. The more seductive vanilla is going to be Le Lion from Chanel, Nichane Ani, Grand Soir, maybe Coromandel, but if you're not grown, it'll put too much hair on your chest. Yeah. When I think vanilla scents, I think you have to mention Ani, Grand Soir, and Le Lion from Chanel. I don't really think you can really touch those in terms of pure vanilla scents. Everything else is like vanilla plus one. Oh, man. I was doing push-ups today at like, you know when you hit really good push-up reps and you kind of like right there in your sternum, like between your chest, you get those fibers that rip and it's like hard to... Have you tried the new Hawas Tropical? Not yet. $11, that's a steal. Yeah, it was a steal. Should I take Kate Alfresana Zaro Chrome Fakar Black for Greece, where it will be 35 Celsius, Fakar Black? I can't wear Mephisto Gentili Uomo anymore. I won't ruin it for anyone, but someone told me that it smelled a certain way. Once I smelled it, that was it for me. Scott, sell it to me for the low. I'll get it off of you. I have original Mephisto, but I'll buy it off you. You got to try Lola at Coat Check by... Oh, I can't even pronounce that. Send me a sample of it, Tony. I'll shout you out on the channel. I've been seeing people make mistakes with fragrance. Because of you, I saved my cousin's money from buying Chanel Allure Sport. Oh, you told him about Alpine? Oh, yeah. Alpine Sport. Yeah, man. People sleep on it, man. So you don't consider any of those as... No, that's not what I was saying, Dashi. Those are seductive vanilla scents, but they're just half-step vanilla. They're half-step in their vanilla to me. Like, I can name to you a bunch of vanilla scents that I would recommend in addition to those, like Memoirs of a Trespasser from Imaginary Authors. You know, there's heavy vanilla in Versace Eros, Gucci Guilty, Coromandel, the Bulgari, you know, Lamal Elixir. There's vanilla in a lot of scents. Even Straight to Heaven from By Killian. Absolute Aphrodisiac. How the hell did I forget that? Yeah, Absolute Aphrodisiac is another powerhouse vanilla. Absolute Aphrodisiac, Grand Soir, Ani, and Le Lion from Chanel are really hard to beat in terms of super vanilla forward seductive scents. There's plenty of other good vanillas, but super signature, super alluring vanillas, I gotta put those in my top 5. And I don't think anything's really breaking it. Everything else isn't really like a true vanilla forward fragrance. It's just vanilla plus 1 or 2 items. You know, like Tobacco Vanille, I would not call that a vanilla scent, even though vanilla's really in it. It's just not a vanilla scent. Even the vanilla powder, I believe it is, from Matiere Premier, that's another supreme vanilla. That's truly a vanilla scent, where it almost seems single note vanilla. I think it's called vanilla powder. Am I wrong about that, guys? Recently, I picked up Azzaro The Most Wanted Intense. I have Most Wanted Parfum. I still think Forever Wanted is better. Great leather dry down. Thoughts? Well, I mean, to each his own, Michael. I don't think that's a blasphemous comment. Richard, I'm not into men. I'm sorry. What should I do if if I'm scared my Fakar Black will leak? Uh, buy a bubble mailer and put some popcorn in it. Yeah, you could take it in the box. That's okay. Hey, dude, that's okay, Tony. It'll probably be a while. It went, maybe one day I'll get to it, but I have like 300 decants brand new sitting here. It's hard for me to, people send me fragrances all the time. It's hard to ever be done with them. What is your best performance fresh suggestion price? No, so price doesn't matter. I mean, Gucci Guilty Elixir is hard to beat. Versace Eros EDT, 35 bucks for 100 mil. Apple, lavender, vanilla. You get the freshness, versatility from every day, but you get that seductive vanilla musk that women love. So it doubles for early evening, late night. I mean, that's really hard to beat. 10, 12 hours of performance on an EDT for 35 bucks. It's a designer, you know. I'll email you about the Mephisto. I'm out of town till Sunday, so when I get back home, I'll hit you up. Absolutely, Scott. I mean, again, I'm not in desperation for it, but right now, Gentili Uomo is going for 130 on olfactory and Joma every 2 weeks or so. So that's the retail price for me. So it'd have to be something south of that, depending on how much juice you have and whatnot. So if you're interested, definitely email me. I'll see what you have to offer on that. Appreciate the consideration, and again, thank you for sending me that stuff you sent me before. I haven't forgot that at all. So, and you'll notice on the recent episodes that drop of stuff I've done for you. I've made sure to shout you out, so I'm really grateful for that. I've been looking for a Club de Nuit per show. However, is it as good as they say they is? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You smell Peugeot 1 and then go back to all the Club de Nuits and the Al Harmain and the Nitro Blacks and all that nonsense. You'll be like, thank God I didn't mess with those. Alt sent me a mystery and it was a clone of MFK Gentle Fluidity Silver. The clone smells that good. I wonder how good. Gentle Fluidity Silver, honestly, all the Gentle Fluidity line, like gold, silver, Aqua Media Forte, Universales. Universales is probably the most versatile in terms of like clean everyday wear, still smelling like a really niche fragrance that's super clean and versatile. Silver really smelled like very clean and fresh, but I just couldn't see myself paying retail for that simple of a profile. You know what I'm saying? Even though it still felt niche. And so for the same reason, gold didn't impress me as much either, because it's like I'm not paying $200-300 to smell clean, if that makes sense. So if I had to buy one of them, I think I would and granted, I say that as somebody who has Media Forte that I just recently picked up, which I think is incredible, but I don't think it's for everybody, but to me is my favorite. But I think if I was to approach that line of the fresh line, I think in order I would go Amorous Extrait, then I would go Universales, and then I would go Aqua Media Forte. In terms of the fresh All-Star 3, I think you can skip silver and gold. Man, this is some really cool stuff. This is such good stuff. I still can't believe I'm wearing a fragrance like this. Top work scent. My top 2 work scents of all time is Tom Ford, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum, and Lalique Lin Sumi. Are you into the single note vanilla fragrances? Mostly no. I hate vanilla because I feel like my safe zone for vanilla is like anything 40% and under. But I make exceptions for Le Lion, Ani, Grand Soir, and Absolute Aphrodisiac. Those are 4 fragrance styles that lead in vanilla that I would typically never put on my skin, but those captivate me. So those are my oxymoron fragrances. Even the Matiere Premier one for me is just, I can't. Even Memoirs of a Trespasser I probably won't buy. I think it smells amazing in the air. I can't wear that much vanilla with it just feeling like just vanilla. the way they dress up the vanilla in Absolute Aphrodisiac and Ani and Grand Soir and Le Leon is really something special. You forgot about the Mercedes-Benz Club Black Vanilla. It's so good. Yeah, but Mercedes-Benz, as amazing as it is in the designer realm, like it's got to be maybe top 3 or 5 vanillas in designer. Truthfully, and I say this kindly because all my young guys 25 and down have Club Black and wear it a lot. Club Black does not touch on E. Club Black, like by a long shot. Like you smell, Club Black is nowhere near Ani, Le Leon, Grand Soir, Absolute Aphrodisiac. Like it's a joke to compare them. But Club Black in the designer world is king of the designer world, you know, because it's probably easily top 3 or top 5 vanillas. But we were talking about niche fragrances. But Club Black is awesome. Don't get it messed up. It's just in a it's D League or B League. I'm in the minority of people who don't like commodity milk. Yeah, I don't do commodity fragrances. Even guys like EQ speak highly of commodity. I'm not into it. I don't like the vetiver. I don't like the sangria one. I don't like any of them. I'm surprised EQ even likes them, you know, but respect to him because he's got a good nose. It's just we don't see eye to eye on that one. Have you ever tried Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonist? It's one of the most hyped seductives. You know, I've been reserving spending time with the Harmonist because I want to smell a couple different fragrances. I want to smell the water one. I want to smell the black bottle. There's like 3 Harmonists that I want to smell, and I want to smell them all at the same time. I don't want to just smell one from the line, so I've been kind of saving it. Thoughts on Burberry Hero? Good. You know, I did smell the latest Hero. It's good designer work, but for me in that vein, I'm just going to go into Azzaro. I'm going to go into... There's just better seductive scents to me. I'm tired of Jeremy fragrance taking over my feed with fresh fragrance mint. Unsubscribe. I dare you guys to unsubscribe from Jeremy. I mean, guys, at this current point in time, are we getting anything from Jeremy fragrance? Like, what is he providing you right now? Why are you subscribed to him? If you don't support him in any way, why are you following him? He hasn't made a single piece of original content in years. Does Xerjoff Naxos surpass Guerlain Spirituous Double Vanilla as the best? Oh, yeah, thanks for asking that. I can't answer that, Dashi. I think that's too opinionated. Club de Nuit Peugeot 1 smells better, blended, more masculine, richer version of Creed Aventus Absolute, especially after maturation from my experience with mine. Dream said it best. Scent of the day, La Lique Linsumi. Yeah, it's great. Need to find a clone or comparable to Fahrenheit from Dior. There's one called Rainheit, I think from Maison Alhambra or Lattafa. Renheit. It's take the F-A-H off of Fahrenheit and just spell Renheit and type Lattafa or Maison Alhambra. Wait, I love it, but hubby not fond that my ex used to wear it. Thanks in advance. Wait, hold on. Need to find a clone or comparable. Yeah, so Renheit is the only clone I know of Fahrenheit. And I'm not super qualified to speak on it because that's the only one I know about. Maybe I want to say a Fahrenheit clone just came out. Go on YouTube and type Fahrenheit and make sure you type EDT or the Le Parfum. I'm not sure which concentration you're talking about, but Fahrenheit is such a small clone fragrance that when you YouTube search it, it'll only have like 2 or 3 clones on the menu of people talking about, and just choose at your discretion. But Rainheit is the only one to my knowledge that I know of that clones that DNA pretty well. Need to find a, let's see, does Bonnie from day 3 lean towards the feminine side or the masculine? It leans feminine, but I mean, I rock Bonnie. You know, I bought Bonnie for my wife, so it's in the bathroom. She wears it all the time. It's like one of her signature scents, and I steal it from time to time. Aqua Celestia Forte is good. 2 for a fresh scent. I agree. Yeah, I'd skip silver and gold for it. And alt cologne, it's really good. It's definitely is a different kind of freshie. Yeah, the only reason I'd skip it is because Amorous Extrait feels like there's more going on in the fragrance. You get the cleanliness, but you get the sparkle, you get a little bit of sweetness, you get a little more complexity. Aqua Media Forte is like cucumber water. It's like a more vegetal, ice watery, lettucey type of fragrance. A little bit different, but women are very familiar with that scent profile because it just smells like a cucumber mint shampoo or something like that in an ice cold glass of water. Most women will buy it. A lot of men won't buy it, but it really stuck with me. Aqua Universales, though, is probably the most purchased out of those 5, and then right after it, Amorous. What's your top 5 designer blue fragrances? I don't wear any of these, but Deep Blue Parfum, Dylan Blue, Bleu de Chanel. I mean, I do wear Bleu de Chanel. Bleu de Chanel, Deep Blue, Polo, Polo Blue, Legend Blue, Dylan Blue. What's your favorite type of fragrance? Clean, fresh. Well, let's not diss Jeremy. Best clone of MFK Grand Soir, Eternal Oud Latafa. Boom, 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 boom. Have you tried anything? I haven't tried. I haven't tried any of those, David. I'm sorry. Is Fakar worth it? If you have less than 10 bottles, yes. I just got Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, and I think it leans a bit more feminine. You'll think that at first because it's a white floral. It's a white floral vanillic, right? But if you compare any fragrance like it, it's the closest to masculine we're gonna get. Let it dry down. When it dries down, it's less intense than that opening. And you can always ground it with like a woody fragrance or a fresh Invictus style fragrance under it, or a Nautica or something like that. But let it sit down and don't wear it so close to the chest. You know, wear it lower, maybe on the arms, maybe on the back more. Don't put it all in the area here so you're not wafting that. Women absolutely love that fragrance. It's kind of one of those fragrances you wear to be attractive, not necessarily because you like it. All right, guys, I'm going to give you about another minute to ask questions, and then I got to roll out because it's getting late. Is Nishane, Ani, Hasavat, and Naxos worth it? Absolutely. I just got Eternal Oud from Latafa, and the dry down is really good. I've never smelled Grand Soir, but they say it's the same. Eternal Oud needs about 6 months to a year to really turn into Grand Soir. The difference between Grand Soir and Eternal Oud is when you smell Grand Soir, it smells like warm, buttery amber. Like you get a buttery vanilla. It's hot, it's warm. The sweetness of the vanilla isn't typical ice cream vanilla. It really smells kind of caramelized and buttery. Like it feels like butter. You don't get that with the Eternal Oud. Eternal Oud, you get a really nice vanilla. It's a little more ashy and airy, but it's just like it. So it takes that 6 to 12. My Eternal Oud took 12 months to macerate before it even kind of felt buttery. The closest it gets to Grand Soir is about 95%. But it's the best rendition to me. And even if it didn't smell like Grand Soir, it smells amazing. Hey, good joke, John. Okay, have a great night, gents. Got to be up at 4:30. IBG, thanks so much. Guys, by the way, if you're new to the stream, please give me a follow. It really helps out a lot. Which is the ultimate sweet tobacco parfums de Marley, Herod or Tom? Herod. Would you rather watch a tree? Okay. Hello, can you describe what Amorous smells like? Amorous is kind of like it's picture a lighter, less heavy Instant Crush. So, you know, it's kind of got that sparkly candy luxury scent, but it smells more luxurious than Instant Crush. It doesn't feel as weighty and heavy, sugary ambroxan as Instant Crush. So picture like half the intensity is Instant Crush, but it has this sparkling champagne finish on the top. So it's just like Instant Crush, dialed down a little bit to feel a little less bodied, to have more of a sparkly champagne-y finish on top, but it lasts forever if you get the extrait. It's if you like Instant Crush,
this is the more fancier version of that, and it smells to me like 20% better than Instant Crush, lasts just as long. People will, you'll be very edible. Um, let's see. How do pheromones work in fragrance? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I mean, they say it evokes love and passion and sex and all that stuff. It's, I couldn't tell you. Um, Never smelled the real deal, but I smell on my skin after. Yeah, I mean, honestly, A-Rock, it's a great fragrance. Which gourmand vanilla beast is the king? You've asked that so many times, Dashy, and I've answered it 100 times. Thanks, SB. Just ordered some more decants. Great, Johnny. Have you ever used? Have you ever used me? What is this? They're not getting a fragrance from there. You can only use 6 notes, and I picked Iris. Oh, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that, John. That sounds cool. When are you gonna announce the giveaway? Listen, guys, I've been doing so much. So here's. I'm gonna be truthful with you guys. I have a box like this in my closet, full of my giveaway items. I have a lot. I have more giveaway items than the last giveaway. It's a nightmare to think about because it's a lot of shipping, it's a lot of packaging, and I have to do a live stream and I have to do an announcement. I have so many cool things I'm shooting right now and trying to get out of the way because when I do a giveaway, we always do it big. And so I have to devote a lot of time and energy to putting the packages together, getting them ready to be shipped out, setting up the live stream, making the graphics, making the announcements. It really takes a lot of my time. It's like a 2-week ordeal. And so I'm just not in the best place to be able to handle that. You know, I'm interviewing perfumers. I'm going through vintage. There's just a lot, guys, going on right now. So I have, matter of fact, I'll show it to you guys since I'm signing off. People don't realize, like, I work 2 full-time jobs and I run a channel like it's a full-time gig. But like, here's a lot of the giveaway box. And there's like discovery sets. Oh gosh. I'll try to creep this in there, but like, there's a buttload of bottles in here. There's probably like 25 bottles in there and like 2 discovery sets. And then like, I got these for the giveaway as well, like these 35 ml traveler sets. And then like we got another day 3 discovery set. I actually have 2. You know, there's just a lot. So like when I do a giveaway, it's a lot and I'm not ready to do it yet. I'm really going to push to be able to start the announcement for the giveaway next week. But after the last giveaway, how stressful it was, I told myself, if making you guys wait means we have a better turnout and a better situation for the winners, it's just worth it. You know, it's like, it's not like I'm waiting on the giveaway and dropping trash content too. Like, I just have a lot of stuff I'm trying to get out right now. So unfortunately, the giveaway is getting pushed, but trust me, it'll be worth it when it's here. And hopefully I can announce it in a week or 2. What are some 10 out of 10 fragrances under 50 bucks? You got to just watch my channel. Hi. Do you have any recommendations for special occasions and going out for under 60 bucks to get compliments? Yeah. La Ligue White and Black get you a ton of compliments. Ombre Noir from La Ligue, ton of compliments. Gucci Guilty Elixir, obviously Versace, Eros. And these are all under 60 bucks. Mont Blanc Presents, YSL L'Homme on discounters. Bleu de Chanel's always a high compliment factor. Under 60. If you're trying to go the clone game, Gary's Den, Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition, Club de Nuit Milestone, Club de Nuit Iconic, Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, Amir Celestial, Teriyaki Intense, Tarathi Blue, Kingdom, Zara Man, any of those, Odyssey Own Black Edition. I know you don't have time to write that stuff down as I'm saying it, but you can always rewind this video because I leave it posted. So I was just rolling off a bunch of names for you to go and do some research. My favorite fragrance is Vintage Tiffany. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm flying through this because I got to sign off. I wear exclamation. If you like Leon, try. Okay, thanks, Johan. Top 3 Latafa, I can't answer right now. Copy paste. Hey guys, I'm rolling through these because I got to sign off. We've been on for 95 minutes. Copy paste your questions into the comment section. I'll answer them. I haven't had any luck in locating Linsumi, any recommendations besides eBay. You will not find it like that, Ricky. You have to get on the notification list on Fragrance by CA and Joma. You look it up, it'll say sold out, and then it'll say notify me when this comes back in stock. And then when it pops up on either, you got to snatch it up and just be on the email list. It's the only way you're going to get it. Great colognes under 50 bucks. I just named a whole bunch. Gucci Guilty Elixir is strong. I went to Sephora and smelled it because of this channel. Yeah, yeah, I don't think Gucci Guilty Elixir is strong. It has a big, bright opening, but after like 3 minutes of it being on your skin, you won't think that at all. It's a really soft, pillowy, masculine vanilla musk. Appreciate you guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I post 2 to 4 videos every single day. We do entertainment, Q&A. I interview different major figures in perfumery. We go to boutiques. We do clones, dupes, inspireds, designer niche, and independent niche. I post just as much as Gent Sense, which is the fastest growing channel in fragrance. I'm just putting a camera to my journey and trying to help you guys out with information I'm finding out. I'm nothing special. I do have a big collection, probably well over 200-300 bottles and well over like 700 decants and samples. So I'm constantly in and out of the retail sector, ordering fragrances, getting fragrances sent to me. I'm just sharing as much information as I can with you guys. If you're into this whole fragrance thing like I am, hopefully anything that I do might be helpful for you guys. Please, if there was any questions I skipped over, and I know it's very rare, but tonight I did actually skip over a few. Paste your questions in the comment section below, and I will answer them by tonight. But I really appreciate you guys. Without you guys being in the comment section, I would not be running these lives. So please consider subscribing to me if you're new. Give it a week, and if you wind up enjoying all the content that I really work hard on, then we'd love for you to call this your new home. Appreciate you guys. Be blessed. Talk to you soon.